welcome to Retro Game SuperHyper. I'm TJ. If you're like me, and I know I am, you're a collector and you've got stuff stashed away in bins and boxes and stuff throughout your house. Well, the other day I was looking for one of my old Atari 2600 catalogs. I needed that for some reference for something I'm doing for the upcoming issue of the Retro Game SuperHyper fanzine. Issue 3 is coming out very soon, by the way. Keep an eye out for it. And I found a box in the corner of my room, and I found my Atari catalogs, but as you can see, there's a bunch of cool stuff in this box. It's probably been sitting around for like 10-15 years, untouched, and I thought it would be fun if we went through this box together and see what's in there. What do you think? Let's check it out. Okay, so here we are. We've got this box. I swear to you, this is not set up. This is exactly how this box has been sitting for years. So let's kind of start digging through this and see what's in here. First thing that's right kind of on the top, this is my old Pitfall cheat sheet. If you read issue 2 of the zine, I made a new one of these and I kind of told you about it, but this is a little cheat sheet that I stuck next to the TV that told me exactly how to get through Pitfall and beat it. So this was actually the original, so that's kind of cool. So let's go through some of this stuff that's kind of sticking out. This is Vectrex stuff. This is all the stuff that I got when I bought my Vectrex. I bought it used in Madison many years ago. There's the Mindstorm instructions. There's a Vectrex catalog, the high performance machine. Cool, it shows the light pen and the 3D glasses and the games that are currently available. That's cool. Oh, here's the receipt when I bought my Vectrex from Video Game Exchange in Madison, Wisconsin on July 22nd, 2000. And I paid $129. With tax, it came out to 137 or something. That was pretty good. Pretty good deal for 2000, huh? And it came with all this stuff. Here's another catalog that somebody has hermetically sealed in plastic, so you're not looking at that. You don't get to. And the Vectrex owner's manual. Super cool. I'm not going to go through everything in here because we got a lot of stuff to go through. Then here we've got some VHS tapes here. This was a bootleg tape that I bought from my local comic book shop, Laser Video Arcade Games. It's got the full laser discs of Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, Cobra Command, and Cliffhanger. I think Dragon's Lair 2 was on here as well. Oh yes, new Dragon's Lair 2. It's just the laser discs recorded front to back on this tape. It's blurry and crappy and old. I had to make my own label for it, I see. But I watched this a million times because if you've been following the blog at all, you know that I'm a huge fan of the old Laserdisc games. So now here's a couple. What are these? Oh yeah, TurboGrafx game system and software, Turbo Duo game system and CD software. This is a promo video for that Turbo stuff. I don't know how I got this. I think I was on those mailing lists that you used to be able to sign up for on Electronic Gaming Monthly or something, and they would just start, companies would start. They would add you to their mailing list and just start sending you stuff. So I know this is like a promo tape for the Turbo, and I think this one is unlabeled. It's short, so it's clearly some other promo tape, but there's no markings on it. I think this is another Turbo thing, but I'll tell you what, at the end of this video, I'm going to grab these and I'll pop them in a VCR and we'll see what's on them. How about that? Okay, so now this is all mostly like catalogs, books, stuff like that. So what do we got here? Well, here's the Worlds of Power Blaster Master book. Remember these? This one's in good shape too. Holy cow. There's like a series of books for young readers that were based on video games. I know they had Metal Gear, Blaster Master, a whole bunch of them. And I think I might have gotten this one free. This might have been a free sample too. I don't remember. But there's that. What else do I have here? Nintendo info file. Looks pretty play it loud. It must have been a 90s thing. Nintendo Power Directory. Game counselors, back issues. NES players phone directory. So I guess use this section to write down your NES friends' phone numbers and to list the games they own. I guess. Oh, I actually used it. Look at this. Make your wish list here. Ha! Here's all the games I wanted at whatever time that was. Codename Viper, Super Mario 3, Shadowgate, Final Fantasy, Mega Man 2, 3. This must have been late 80s or something, huh? Oh, it looks like you flip it over. Oh, this is the Gamekeeper side. Personal data. Your photo here. I don't know. I think I like that picture better. Oh, look at this. It's like a little it's like a logbook for all these games. I don't remember this at all. That's really cool. Huh. And then there's like you can like put in your own that are not pre-made. That's cool. Oh, this is a photocopied copy of the Mega Man manual. I think I got this when I bought the game used. Must have been a rental or something. So that's cool. So let's see. I kind of have things kind of packed away in these plastic bags here. Move that back. This looks like a bunch of the old, NES posters and pack-ins and inserts and stuff. So let's kind of see what's in here. We've got some Captain Commando here. Oh look, a refund. Save up to $10 when you buy video games. You could have bought any of these and got $10 back, huh? All right. Well, obviously I didn't. I could have saved some money here. So here's a newer one with the newer Captain Commando on it. Got a few of those. Oh, looks like we've got Nintendo Power subscription cards. I think these all came with the old NES games. So what else is in here? Yeah, read this before buying your next game pack. Straight from the pros. Yep, more Nintendo Power propaganda. Free membership in the Nintendo Fun Club. Wow, these are old. I think when I bought my NES games, I used to keep the manuals and everything in the boxes, but I took this stuff out and set it aside. I think maybe I just didn't want to clutter up the boxes or something, but these are free Nintendo Fun Club membership cards. You send these in and you get in the club, and I know I did that. But when I got my NES, it was just as Nintendo Power was starting, so I sent in my Fun Club thing, and what they sent me instead was the first issue of Nintendo Power. I never got a Fun Club newsletter, ever. I started off with Nintendo Power. I was one of the millions of people that got the first one free. So here's some more Nintendo Power subscription stuff. I got a million of these. And what's this? Capcom reply card, video game registration card. I don't know what game that came up with. Who's giving away secrets? Someone's giving away. Konami's giving away secrets. That's who. Send in this classified document. Be the first to get the inside scoop on Konami's upcoming video game hits. That's cool. Speaking of Konami, looks like a catalog. Yeah, all the good stuff. Contra, Jackal, Double Dribble, Goonies 2, Castlevania, Stinger, Gradius. Look at those. And here's some more Konami. 10 ways to heat up your Nintendo Entertainment System. This one's a little later. It's Castlevania 2. It's all the sequels to the one that was in the first catalog. Contra, Bayou Billy, Jackal. I love Jackal. Jackal's the coolest. Hit the like button if you want to play Jackal with me. Right? Here's another one of the same. Ultra Games. The false front for Konami with their ultra challenging, ultra exciting ultra games. Turtles, Defender of the Crown, Skate or Die, Metal Gear. Coming soon, Qbert and Gyrus. Got a few of those guys. Chippendale. This must be a Capcom one. Oh, yeah, this is another Capcom one. You'll love our new Craze Club. Codename Viper, Willow, DuckTales, Mega Man, Strider. Adventures in the Magic Kingdom coming soon. Chippendale. The Anna Commando coming soon. Critically acclaimed. I would have to agree with that. Oh, there he is. There's that kid. Everybody loves that kid. The mullet kid. He must be part of the Capcom Craze Club. Okay, you know what always struck me funny about this kid? Was it's not even just how 90s he is, or 80s. What I thought was always interesting was, check out the picture. Have you noticed that there's a baseball trophy and some model airplane kits? And it's more baseball stuff over here, and a little model car. So what they're telling kids is that it's okay to like video games, but you should have some other interests as well. Okay, they're showing that this kid with his acid wash jeans and his rad haircut he's a multifaceted young man. He's got a lot of, you can't just stay inside and play video games all day, kids. You got to get outside and play some baseball, and should probably clean up under his desk too. He's looking like a slob. But I always thought that was kind of funny about about that picture. I think is this another? It's another Capcom one, but it's different. 1943 Capcom latest and action-packed video game hits, and why is Street Fighter 2 on there? That's interesting. So, and California Raisins is on there too. That's infamous for being a canceled game, so that's pretty cool. Look at that. So Street Fighter 2, why is Street Fighter 2 on there? Because this was like 1988 or so when this stuff came out, because they're advertising Bionic Commando, Mega Man 2. And that's before Street Fighter 2 even came out in the arcades. I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I might be, somebody can correct me on this, this might have been, God, I think it was Street Fighter 2010. The game that was Street Fighter 2010, where you're playing a guy named Ken and you're running around and it's kind of science fiction-y. Were they maybe going to call that Street Fighter 2 before they actually made Street Fighter 2 in the arcades? I don't know. But this is an actual Capcom promo for NES from the late 80s, and it says Street Fighter 2 on it. So that's interesting. I'm going to have to do a little more research on that. So that's pretty cool. Here's another Capcom one. Looks like they were just kind of transitioning from the grid box to the blue box. It's got Legendary Wings, Bionic Commando and stuff on there. That's cool. These are all pretty much blank on the other side, by the way. I'm not skipping out on anything. There's another one. Here's a Tecmo one. Check this out. Tecmo Rygar, Star Force, Tecmo Bowl, Ninja Gaiden is brand new. An exciting game of ninja action coming soon. Look at that. That's cool. These are awesome. Man, I forgot all about these. Oh, I know what this is. This looks like a poster that came with Pac-Man, Tengen Pac-Man. I got this one when it was still licensed by Nintendo, before Tengen went rogue. So there's see, licensed for play by Nintendo from Tengen. So this came with the original Nintendo manufactured Tengen version of Pac-Man. What do we got here? Sunsoft. That one's got some order forms on the back. Freedom Force with the child of Max Headroom and Rutger Hauer, and that kind of looks like Divine over there. I don't know. I have to ask John Waters if that was her. Special offer for some t-shirts. That would take a Spy Hunter t-shirt. That's pretty cool. I don't remember those. Xenophobe Platoon. I was wondered why they made a movie or a video game based on Platoon aimed at kids. Never got it. Oh, and now we're into the official Nintendo stuff. I'm sure you guys have seen these a million times, but let's see which ones they are. Now you're playing with power. Let's see, it's okay, so that's late 80s. Super Mario 2 is on there. Metroid, Kid Icarus, Link, Pro Wrestling, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. All the good stuff, all the classics. RC Pro-Am's on there. Super Team Games, World Class Track Mode. Okay, so this is a little bit later. Let's see, you got several of that one. There we go. Here's the OG. Yeah. Look at that. It's got Rob on it and everything. I think one of my friends who had a Nintendo before me, I think maybe gave me one of these. And I used to sit and stare at this, wishing I had a Nintendo until I finally got one. But yeah, this is all the first. Look at this. This is all the black box stuff. Gyromite, Stack Up, all the sports games, Excite Bike, Mach Rider, Ice Climber, Clu Clu Land. Cool. And I've got several of those as well. Here we have a subscription form for Game Players magazine. I don't know if you guys ever read Game Players. I've read a few issues of that. It was an okay mag. Had some interesting stuff. There's another one. Here's a Tengen catalog. And it's got turbo stuff on it in Genesis as well. That's my old address. Never mind. But this is cool. Clax, RBI. This is the unlicensed stuff now. We're getting into the unlicensed era. Skull and Crossbones. Did that ever come out? I think so. Fantasy Zone, Tubin, Alien Syndrome, Afterburner. Look at this. This is cool. Rolling Thunder. There's the unlicensed Pac-Man. And what else do we have? Genesis, Klax, hard driving, Klax on turbo. Oh, and there's some PC stuff too. All right, cool. That's it for that little segment. Put that stuff aside, and we'll see what else is in here. Now we're getting into the Atari stuff. But oh, here's some Odyssey stuff. Odyssey 2. And some Intelligent Electronics. I see some Intellivision stuff in here too. Let's see what this is all about. I'm not sure where to put this. Okay, here's a Wii Odyssey catalog. The excitement of a game, the mind of a computer. Remember when they used to market stuff like that? Video game fun, Casey Munchkin, bowling, basketball. Look at these. Pachinko, Out of This World, not the same one you know. Not Another World. It's a different Out of This World. Math games. All right, over 40 games to choose from. Here's another one. The keyboard is the key to over 50 games. Similar kind of catalog. Probably some newer stuff in there. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Invaders from Hyperspace. Thunderball. I don't think it's based on the James Bond film, but Showdown in 2100 AD. Looks like it, huh? War of Nerves. Odyssey had some pretty cool games on it. It's kind of overlooked. Oh, there's the voice module, too. That was pretty cool. It was a fairly cool system, gotta say. And it looks like I've got a couple of each of those catalogs. Here's another one that's a little bigger. This one shows all the cover art. They had pretty cool cover art, too. I like the uniform. I like the way a lot of companies had like uniform designs on all of their packaging back then. Cool. It's so much more exciting when you have the packaging in there, right? The Pachinko cover is great. Awesome. And Odyssey 2 Owner's Manual. Congratulations! You've just acquired the ultimate video game system. I'm sure you have. Hook it up with your VHF. Push in firmly. And there's the happy fam. Look at them. They're all excited. They're not holding the joysticks. Cool. Man, this stuff is great. Well, here's some Intellivision stuff. Kind of random. Here's some overlays. Some Magic overlays. Safecracker, Microsurgeon, Dragonfire. I have these games somewhere. But here's the manuals for them. Okay. And yeah, looks like I got a few Intellivision manuals stashed here. Ladybug, Donkey Kong. What is this? I bought some Atari games from somewhere. Cut that out. All right, Intellivision 2 Master Component Owner's Manual. I love Owner's Manual. I love all the schematics that are in Owner's Manuals, and I just think that stuff makes for cool graphics. Oh, something fell out. Oh, I know somewhere I've got some unopened Intellivision 2 controllers, and it looks like this is like a slip that came with it. I've got some sort of something attached to it here. Oh, check this out. This came with somebody, whoever I bought this stuff from, had ordered. That's probably why these are brand new. Somebody had ordered these the Intellivision controllers way back in June of 1985. It wasn't me. I bought this stuff at like a rummage sale or something. A lot of my Intellivision stuff. Look at this. Fulfilled on June 25th, 1985. 4 hand controls at a unit price of $14.30 each for a total of $57.20. Look at that. Wow, that is the coolest stuff when you can find that stuff. This just fell right out of here. Oh, somebody had a post-it note written down too. Somebody obviously needed some new controllers, and they wrote down how to get them. Ordered them from Hawthorne, California. Cool. Awesome. All right, so that's looks like a little pile of Intellivision and ColecoVision, or I'm sorry, Intellivision and Odyssey stuff. What's next? I think this is, so it looks like I've got a little, I think I used to have this basket sitting on my shelf. That's why that's sitting there. So let's kind of get the box out of the way and see what this is in the box too. Midwest Gaming Classic. Check this out. There's a couple of flyers for MGC. This was way back when it was, look at that, 2007. This was way back when it was still in Oconomowoc at the Olympia Resort and Conference Center. And it was nowhere near as big as it was today. But I've been going to MGC for a long, long time. And this was probably 2007. I think I started going in like 2005 or something. So this, I've been going for a really long time. There's a map of where it used to be. And now it's in downtown Milwaukee. And it's humongous. Okay. So let's check out what's in this bin here. So here's the catalogs I was looking for. So there's an M Network catalog. M Network, of course, being Mattel Electronics, making their Intellivision games for Atari 2600. There's an Imagic catalog. Got Atari and Intellivision stuff in there. And here are some of the old Atari catalogs that I was actually looking for. These are great. These had these cool, first off, you gotta love all the old packaging, the old photos. I don't know how all of those controllers are currently hooked up to that one VCS, which is playing, I can't read what that little green label says, but it is definitely not Space Invaders. That's okay, marketing. But I loved how all of these old Atari catalogs had these little cartoons. These are great. All that artwork that really kind of helped you visualize what was supposed to be going on in the game with its rudimentary graphics. But these were awesome. I used to sit and just look at these all night when I was a kid. And here's some of the later catalogs. I think this was about the time they switched over to the silver packaging. It still has a lot of the old ones on there, though. Well, maybe not. Yeah, this is still some of the old Pac-Man, Breakout, Space Station. These always had all this great artwork in them, too. I used to copy those drawings when I was a kid and recreate them myself. Haunted House, Adventure Superman. These are great. Cool, and I've got a ton of these. These all came with your Atari games. So what else is in this bin here? Here are a couple of old photos. First, what's this? I bought a big stack of Atari games for $14 back in '96. You can see how long I've been collecting. But here's a couple of old look at this. Oh, these are awesome. Okay, so this is a photo of my setup in my room when I still lived at my parents' house. This was before I moved out. But man, I had a bunch of stuff already. Look at that. You can see the Saturn in there and the Sega CD. And an Atari 5200 there. Power base converter. There's a Famicom. Cool. 7800 over there. Couple of NESs. And I was still watching VHS. Cool. These, and oh, this is awesome. I've been looking for these. Awesome. These. So these are a couple of photos of the aftermath of a game party that I had over at a buddy's apartment. I remember staying up all night, drinking beer, playing Atari and Intellivision. Look at that. We had everything. We had APF TV fun. We were ponging it up that night. This is, I think this was, yeah, I remember taking these photos of the aftermath of like an all-night video game bender. Probably, there's no date on these. Oh, is there? Number 10. No, there is not. There's not a date, but I would probably put this around 96-ish, similar to that. Kind of when I bought these games, 96. This is probably a bunch of the games that I bought on this receipt. So cool, all-night game bender. Here's an instruction manual for Stratagems, which is a homebrew Atari game. I bought this. I know I bought this at a Midwest Gaming Classic one year. Yeah, here's some Atari Age stuff. Thanks for your purchase. Homebrew games. A little what are homebrew games from Atari Age. Check that out. And here's a catalog of what they had. Man, they've been doing this for a long time too. Yeah, this was from Midwest Gaming Classic, that same one of 2007 that flyer was for. I'm sad that Atari Age does not attend Midwest Gaming Classic anymore. I don't know why they don't, but I wish they did. But anyways, yeah, this year I had bought Stratagems, which was a cool kind of a columns clone for Atari 2600. Great game, really, really good. And here are all the old, a bunch of old manuals. Man, I'm not going to go through them all, but holy cow, look at this. Superman, Hangman, Human Cannonball, Video Checkers, Skyjinx, some ColecoVision stuff too. Look at that, Victory, Omega Race, Donkey Kong, Frontline Rock and Rope for ColecoVision. Atari Centipede, Defender for ColecoVision from Atari. I don't even know if I have this game. I must somewhere. That is some large print. That's some large print there, Grandpa. Big blocky graphics with no screenshots. Qbert? Parker Brothers was always the weirdos who, with their horizontal manuals. But that's okay. They had cool packaging. Atari Dig Dug. Here's a black and white Dig Dug. This must have been a later release because it's black and white and it's in multiple languages. Centipede, Pitfall, Asteroids, Ms. Pac-Man, Crossbow, part of the Red Box series. I also used red print. Joust. I love that Joust cover art. That was great. Oh, that one's wrecked. Haunted House. This must have been a later printing. It's black and white. Ice Hockey, Missile Command, Defender, the Jungle Hunt. But wait, there's more. There's a ton more. There's a ton more in here. Pole Position, another Centipede, Decathlon. There's Kung Fu Master for Atari from Activision. It's a lot like, it's basically the same game as Kung Fu for the NES by Irem, also known as Spartan X. Oh, here's the Atari manufactured version of Venture. Not the Coleco one, but the later one that was released by Atari. Galaxian, there's another Qbert, there's Tutankhamun, Demon Attack, Word Zapper, Adventure, Asteroids. These are great. I love these old manuals. Air Sea Battle. This was the black series before they went to the white manuals. Amidar, California Games. This is a really cool game for Atari. The Atari version of California Games is very impressive. Skateboarding, hacky sack, BMX racing. The graphics are awesome. It's really fun. Good old Dragonfire. I love that game, and I love the Imagic cover art. They always made little models and dramatic lighting and photographed them. Indy, Joust, Mario Brothers, Outlaw, Star Raiders. Yeah. So Vanguard, Towering Inferno. What do we got here? 90-day warranty on your Atari 2600 VCS. Oh, here we go. All the way back. There's my owner's manual for my very first Atari VCS. Look at that illustration. That is awesome. It's so 70s, so handmade, beautiful. Unpack the game, install the switch box. Man, if you didn't have to deal with this when you're a kid, you don't know classic gaming, man. No, I'm kidding. It's just means I'm old. Assemble the console. The floating anti-gravity cartridge docking with the system. Change back to regular TV programming. I'm sure Grandpa probably thought that this was going to wreck his TV and he wasn't going to be able to watch Hee-Haw anymore. But here's the troubleshooting in case something's wrong. This is it, though. This is the original. Original. Owner's manual. What do we got here? Congo Bongo from Sega for the 5200. Sometimes these days you forget that the companies like Sega and Konami actually were manufacturing games for Atari back in the day. Well, these are all. This looks like this is all 5200. Super Breakout, Space Invaders, Pac-Man. Here's a 5200 owner's manual. Manuals are always cool. Same deal. You still need a switch box. Peel off the protective coating. This one's got photos instead of cool illustrations. That's okay. There, in case you couldn't figure out how to stick your extra controllers in the 5200. That was one of the cool things about the 5200 was that it had the storage space for your controllers. That was one of the reasons the system was so damn big. And limited warranty for the 5200. Here's the 5200 catalog. Cool artwork, screenshots, all right. 5200 Super System, a little flyer. Kind of a smaller catalog. I don't know if this came with the games or if this was like a brochure in store or what. More manuals. Super Breakout. Here's a color Jungle Hunt. We had a black and white one earlier. Pac-Man. Raiders. Oh, I did have a Raiders. You know what? I bought a Raiders manual the other day because I thought I didn't have one, but I should have dug harder. Here's a newer manual for a later 2600 model. This was probably mid 80s ish. Atari Touch Me. Oh, you know what? I don't even have an Atari Touch Me. But here are the instructions for one. Look at that. Well, now I guess I got to find one because I have the manual for it. 1983 Atari video game catalog. Atari Stars. Here's all the stuff you can get. There's this 5200 trackball. The kids controller, which is kind of highly sought after, I believe. I don't know if you can see that with the glare. There you go. That's a little better. What is this? 2600 Space Age joystick. I don't think that came out. I don't think that ever came out. Kind of reminds me of that Coleco controller, the Coleco Super Action controller. That kind of grip, but without so many buttons. Interesting. This is hard to see with the glare because it's kind of this metallic ink, but 2600 Pro Line joystick. It looks like the 7800 joystick. There's a 2600 remote control joysticks. I actually have a set of those, again, somewhere in a box. But that's all pretty cool stuff. Here's a big 5200 spread. Sneak previews. Oh, sneak previews. It says Tempest, which we all know never came out. Oh, and a big bunch of 2600 stuff that's really difficult to show on camera because it's kind of shiny here. But I think everything here came out. It says Sword Quest Fire World coming soon, so I don't think there's anything in here that was canceled. That's always what's really interesting when you're looking through some of this old stuff, is that sometimes you find stuff that was canceled that never came out, but they showed it in the catalog. That's always interesting. Here is a thing for Atari home computers with Alan Alda. Got a few games listed in there, and some peripherals. The touch tablet. It's interesting. Atari Force. It looks like it's missing a cover, but here's one of the Atari Force comics. What else we got? ColecoVision, Donkey Kong Jr. instructions. What is this? Hand-typed thing. Oh, I think I know what this is. These are the instructions for Quest for Controna-Roo. Look at that. They were just printed on a plain sheet of paper. I don't even think I have this game. I'm not sure where I got these. I think a friend of mine might have unloaded a bunch of stuff on me, and some of the games were there and some of the games weren't. Parker Brothers catalog. This one, actually, this one might be, let's go through this one because this might have some unreleased stuff in it. Reactors, like there's Sky Skipper, the old Nintendo game that never came out in America in the arcades. It's kind of legendary at this point, but the Atari game did, the Atari version did come out. Astro Chase, I don't think that came out. Oh wait, it's for Atari home computer, so maybe it did, and I'm just not familiar with it. Sorry, but there, here we go. Incredible Hulk. That was a canceled game. You can see the cover art there, kind of. It's very small, but yep. That looked like an interest. I really wish somebody would find a ROM or a prototype of that. Nobody ever has, as far as I'm aware. So that's super interesting. Chess and Risk for home computers. Empire. Oh, there's the Ewok Adventure. That one didn't come out. There's another canceled one. I think that one you can find the ROM of, though. That one was dumped. McDonald's apparently was supposed to enter into a licensing agreement. That I don't think came out. Journey of Lord of the Rings, Journey to Rivendell, that did not come out. So these Parker Brothers catalogs are really cool because they do have some canceled stuff in there. That's awesome. All right, what else? Zonix. Everybody knows the double enders. There's a couple of manuals for some of those. Star Master, what is the power of Star Master? Why is this different from the catalog? This must be like an extra information for Star Master from the Activision for the Atari. It's another adventure, another asteroids. Spider Fighter, more cube. I don't know why I had so many Cubert manuals, but I do. Defender, Frogger, Dig Dug, blah blah blah. What else we got here? Anybody see? Oh, this must be Ghostbusters. Yeah, this is the Ghostbusters manual. So small white video pinball. Usually these white manuals, or these small manuals, were black. I'm not sure when they did. It says 1981. So I don't remember them doing too many of the white small manuals. Space War Berserk. We're getting down to the bottom here, guys. I know this is a long video, but I think there's some pretty cool stuff in here. Pitfall. Burger Time from M Network. E.T., everybody's favorite game. Gotta love it. Start with game 3. Oh, this was an extra insert. This was an extra insert for the E.T. game. Tips on getting E.T. home fast. Start with game 3 because it's easy and you'll maybe figure it out. How to control E.T. Levitating out of a well. Everybody, that's the most important move, obviously, in E.T. is how to get out of those frickin' wells. Nothing on the back. Millipede for 2600. That's a very unique design scheme. Blast those bugs. I don't know if that was the actual manual or if this was, I guess, yeah, this is the manual. It's not an extra thing. This is interesting. It's got a little sticker on it, though. It says printed in Taiwan, 84 Atari. I wonder what it used to say. I don't know if I'm kind of holding it up to the light here, and it used to be, it says printed in USA underneath the printed in Taiwan stickers. So there you go. They changed their printing facility. Another 5200 manual. Here's a Coleco catalog. That's a cool catalog. It shows all the arcade. Coleco always used to like show all the arcade machines on their packaging because most of their stuff was arcade ports. So that's a cool catalog. And something printed off. I think this is an old list of my games back from 9/24/96. This was my entire collection in a list. It was humble. That is a pile of cool stuff. So now, as promised, let's go see what's on these tapes. Huh? What do you say? All right, so let's check out a couple of these videotapes. I'm not going to play the Laserdisc one. If you've seen any of those games, you know what that footage is all about. So let's check out this one, the TurboGrafx Game System Turbo Duo, this promo video. I do have a functioning VCR, Super VHS, but hopefully it still works. So let's see what we got.
the powerful TurboGrafx 16-bit system that puts you in control of intense gaming excitement for just $99.99. Each system comes with ready-to-play games like Keith Courage and this $50 value, a free Bonk. That's right, Bonk is back in the all-new Bonk's Revenge. Go bonkers with bigger, badder bosses, more powerful power-ups, and pre-hysterical action that'll have you cracking up when you're not cracking heads. You're in for more adventure in Ghost Manor. Find the secret passage into this mansion and find way scary surprises. Uh-oh.
Okay, so this is obviously a cool promo of some sort. It's got, oh, look at this kid. Hey, dude. Get him. Look, they actually just called that a Nintendo Classic. Interesting. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find this one digitized online somewhere. I'm sure you can find this on YouTube. But yeah, it looks like it's just kind of a catalog of games. And that's pretty great. All right, let me, I'm going to stop that. Okay, the mystery tape. No idea what's on this. But I think it is, if I want to hazard a guess, it's turbo related. So check it out and see what we got. Hi.
It's not a toy. It's a sophisticated multimedia video entertainment system that uses the latest CD technology, not made for little boys. With CD capabilities, prepare for install for sight and sound.
Oh yeah, it's a Turbo Duo promo.
Graphics that make others look like mere child's play. Step into the next dimension. Get the new Turbo Duo. It's not a toy. Now get 5 free games, including Game of Thunder, when you buy the new Turbo Duo. Sold at stores near you.
The most exciting news in the world of video games has been 1 megabit CD technology. Until now. 2 words describe a phenomenon that has arrived upon the scene like a force of nature. Turbo Duo Power. With 4 times the memory of 1 megabit CDs, the Turbo Duo takes gaming power to the next level of excitement. Deeper, more compelling games with brilliant razor-sharp graphics, larger characters, more realistic animation, faster action, superior scrolling, deadlier bosses, scarier scaling, and more challenging levels of play. With the Turbo Duo, you can play standard Turbo Chip and 1 megabit CDs, as well as Super CD games. At $299.99, Turbo Duo is the ultimate machine, with the ultimate game offer. 2 free CDs and a Turbo Chip game, 5 separate games at a value of $250, and you won't believe what's included. Ys 1 and 2, the sensational role-playing epic. The tremendously popular Bonk's Adventure, starring Bonk.
All right, so that's what it is. It's a Turbo Duo promo tape. And that's super cool. I don't know if you can find this one on YouTube. I'm not going to show the whole darn thing here. But that's it, man. That's what we got. That was a box full of cool stuff, if I do say so myself. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this kind of video, give it a like on the YouTuber there. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the blog. All the good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. And I will see you next time.